Alright, good morning, guys. I hope you're having a good holiday. Today I'm going to do some algebra and make sure that you try and complete this exercise later on. I will put up some mathematics stuff so you can check out the questions later. But anyway, today we're going to look at algebra abbreviations. So this will be mainly on how you can turn messy looking equations like that or like that into more simple looking things. It's kind of like the reason why we turn squared numbers into the index form, so into shortened form. It's kind of like that. Okay, so you're going to be looking at how to shorten math expressions, and then we call them abbreviations instead. Now, whoops, that should be a 5 divided by b. Alright, so a few things that you'll need to know is that in algebra, whenever we have a single letter, so the letter A, it means we have one lot of them, and that's all. But when I think about two lots of A's, what I'll do is write down 2A, and that means 2 times A. And if I do 3A, it means 3 times A, because it's saying 3 lots of. And that's what it's saying. Now I can go a little bit further. I can say 3AB. So if I start to get two unknowns, so product of two unknowns, then that would be 3 times A times B. Basically, you have imaginary multiplication signs in between letters and numbers. It's just a nicer way of writing expressions. That's all it is. Now, the same thing would occur with these guys. So all imaginary numbers, imaginary 1 here. And yeah, that's it. But division is slightly different. So you guys know that division is about turning them into fractions. So imagine that we had, say, 5 divided by 5. You know the answer is 1, right? Now, a division symbol is basically a fraction symbol. You're going to put the top number in. You can put the bottom number as well. So it becomes 5 on 5, and that will equal 1. I can do the same for letters. And if I ever decide to do this, that will also go back to 1. Because anything divided itself will go back to 1. I could try this as well. I could say, let's add 3 and 7 first, and then divided by A. So that'd be 10 divided by A. But we may decide to write it like this as well. Simply because the top will always be the first expression. So that's pretty much what goes into the top. And this one goes down to the bottom. Now I could make it a bit more complicated. I could try this as well. The concept is that anything at the front will go to the top, anything down at the bottom will stay at the bottom. Anything at the back will stay at the bottom. If you ever see brackets, you carry the whole thing together. So brackets gets carried together. So bracket gets carried together. last one. Later on, for questions 5 and 6, you're going to come across these kinds of questions, and they ask you to shorten it. Now, again, the brackets stay together, so they get moved together, however they wish. In this question, all you need to do is make sure that you remove the multiplications and shorten it. So all we're doing is removing the multiplications so that it's shortened. In the other questions, they may have division instead, so it could be a combination of this. So if that happens, what's going to happen? You'll need to put these guys together first, and then put the brackets down underneath. Here's the last type. And they may ask you to expand as well. So if you decide to go like this, expand means to lengthen it. Gotta go reverse. And if I wanted to expand this one, it could be 2 times p divided by q minus 1. Make sure that's in bracket. Okay, because remember these guys will stay together as a bracket, and then this one had the imaginary multiplication sign between. You can pretty much do questions 1 to 6, I reckon. Okay, that's on one page on 278. All right, give that a go, guys. All right, so I'm looking at a few questions from 278. All right, and it's exercise 10.1 again. Question 1. How can 3 lots of 5 be written in shorter way? So 3 lots of 5. Remember, that's just 3 times 5. Okay. If you want to give the answer, you could as well. But what if I change the question to 3 lots of n? Well, same thing. 3 times n instead. I could remove that multiplication and leave it like that as well. So how can I do it in a shorter way? Well, 3n. Why can't 3 times 5 be written in the same way? Because 3 times 5 will turn out to become 15. You can't say 35. That's a big no-no, because 35 is 35, and that has nothing to do with 15. They're 2 separate numbers. I could extend a little bit more. I've got E, which is D times T. So that's dt. It's just a matter of multiplication. Letters can multiply themselves, so that's not a problem. Got 5b, 5ab. So if I want to expand it this time, I'm going to put in all the imaginary multiplications in between. Yeah. Right. Q on 3 in a different way. So that's Q on 3. What does it mean? I have no idea. Well, I'm guessing that's supposed to be a division sign. And then I. What's the difference between 34y and 3 times 4 times y? Alright, so 34y is 34 times y. But 3 times 4 times y, well, that can be simplified into 12. So that becomes 12 times y. 12y. So very careful. If you follow these ideas, you should be able to answer most of the questions. Just be sure that you don't make these kinds of mistakes. Okay, so 3 times 5 will always give you 15. Similar as 3 times 4 will give you 12. And then you combine them together to get 12y. Right, so 3 lots of 5, 15, not 35. Alright, any questions, you can leave comments down below and I will answer it with another video.